Dick, do you happen to know what would be involved with the post-mortem?
No, but if that broke up the monotony, you must have been really desperate for something to break up the monotony to lock in on a post-mortem. September 4th is still considering the offer of transfer. We have about 31 rabbits and guinea pigs for inoculation. Work is more interesting, but still lonely. September 5th, another post-mortem today. Poor fellows, they're dying fast. If only people knew their treatment. September 10th, assisted in the officer's ward this afternoon. There's a captain who will be dead by morning. The 11th, the captain died this morning. We held his post-mortem this afternoon. September 12th, wedding anniversary 15 months ago. Big American Drive has started. September 13th, relieved from duty at the hospital after turning down their offer. I returned to the infirmary to go with the boys I've been associated with so long. Whatever their fate is, it is to be mine also. I have cast my lot with the old 323, and so I'm going along to the front. The American Drive still goes on.
This to me confirms that the doughboys on foreign soil possess the same character and devotion to duty as those of the greatest generation, a generation thereafter.
On September 15th, they prepared to leave Camp Kokodan. September 17th, I'm issued a horse today. He's a beauty, sorrel in color, rides well, and I call him Pitt.
The combat segment is from roughly September 22nd to Armistice Day, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918.
Okay, September 22nd, they load on the train at Gur and leave at 7:30 p.m. The 23rd, they're on the train and take breaks at Le Mans, and at noon they're at Chartreuse, and we learn we're headed for Revigny. September 24th, still en route, passing through Paris and Versailles, and this would be the route right along here, because there's Paris, and they're destined for Revigny's over here, and there's a terminal point there. September 25th, they arrive at Revigny at 3. He unloads Pitt, moving toward Wally Woods near Loopy by midnight. September 26th and 27th, they rejoin the old detachment in Varennes-Court, where 10-hour barrage began. Tremendous noise. Traveled 35 kilometers, moving closer to the front. German prisoners coming through the lines in bunches. Reached just south of Montfaucon. September 28th, rain, I saw my first air battle, gave aid to the 79th Division, which is predominantly Pennsylvania men, wounded at Montfaucon. September 29th to October 3rd, they're in the Argonne. Germans are retreating and we are advancing. Detached from the 32nd Division and joined the 29th, ordered to move to Verdun. On October 4th, marched all night and arrived at Verdun at 5:30 a.m. Set up an aid station in a partially destroyed mansion. At this point, I'm going to take and read directly from the diary so that you can get a flavor of how it was written and some of the feeling that went into it. In Verdun, he describes it as trenches were dug all throughout the city. And there the big stone arch of the city gate, which has an inscription on it, "On ne passe pas," they shall not pass, nor did they. In the city square stands a monument of 1871, chiseled out of solid stone in the image of two warriors dragging a cannon up a mountainside with an inscription to their heroes. And there, through the very heart of the city, flows the peaceful Meuse River, calm and still. It is inconceivable that a once beautiful city could become such a mass of ruins. Night once again found us in the saddle on our last lap to the front, but we had evidently been discovered by a Hun aviator as we received our first taste of an air raid. Enemy planes came flying low over our column with their machine guns spitting fire, but the darkness of the night proved to be our salvation as we emerged without a casualty, but needless to say, we all sweat blood. Still we marched on. The plane had vanished, and midnight found us in the valley of the Meuse and wandering up the road, honeycombed with dugouts on the east bank of the canal. We took up our position, turned over our horses to the detail, and secured a dugout which contained 6 French soldiers, or as our terms, frogs. We managed to find room and squeezed in on the bottom tier, in which rats were quite numerous. But that mattered little to us after all we had been through in the last 6 hours. And then we retired, weary and unstrung. My first night in a dugout.